TriPod, baby.
Yes.
What up?
We're back from our little blast to the past there. Episode 30 was actually episode 0, was actually episode 30.
Shit.
Music is a time machine.
My name's Jaron.
I'm Brian. God damn it.
My name is Powis.
We went back to fucking episode 0 and I forgot how to do intros again.
Episode 0 level professionalism.
I mean, that's not exactly true. That was a live pod as per always.
Right.
2 pods ago I had a beard, then I shaved it for last week and I grew it again for this one.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah, Bonnie gave us an exemption. She's like, you know what? TriPod, you guys, we need to get you guys back in
Essential service.
together.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It is, yeah. They were actually threatening to legislate us back to work. The people are deprived right now.
Straight hungo and regrew his beard Chuck Norris style, just like
Just forced it out.
Do you guys remember the fucking Chuck Norris memes?
Oh yeah,
Where that was like the shit for like, it felt like a long time.
it was.
Like,
Well, I mean, there was just less memes back then, man.
Yeah. It was like in the infancy of memes.
Yeah.
for me that was almost one of the original memes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to agree with that.
I mean, how far back did we go? We talking like grade 5 here, grade 7 maybe?
I want to say it was like late elementary, early high school for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, grade 8 maybe.
I think like grade 8 or grade 9, maybe.
Like when was the Ultimate Showdown? You remember that song?
That-
Old
yeah, that's
Godzilla
like-
was
that's
walking
like grade
around.
5 or something, man.
Was it?
Yeah, I was old.
Because like Chuck Norris was an absolute meme back then.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
Chuck Norris has been a meme basically longer than the internet, man. Like,
Right.
This is
right?
true.
Like people were making Chuck Norris jokes like back in the day when he was on Walker, Texas Ranger, and all that.
Right.
Right?
And then with the advent of broadband, the man expanded into flash video infamy.
Yeah, that's true. Do you guys
All the-
remember fucking life before broadband internet?
I
Do you guys ever have dial-up?
Yes.
I did.
This shit was so trash, man.
Oh, dude, it was hilarious.
I mean, luckily I wasn't old enough to actually do anything with the internet at that
Right.
point, so like it was fine.
I actually dance to music that sounds like dial-up. I go to shows where they just play dial-up sounds, and then
Yeah,
we
they just
close
hit it
our
with
eyes
a
and
modem
just
with a hammer.
vibe.
Yeah, it was a lot of, I need to call my friend.
Oh, I remember that shit. You're like on the computer, and it's like fucking.
Kick
Get
you.
off.
It would, or even if we received a call, it would fuck up your connection.
Yeah.
I don't remember that part. But it's a blessing because when you finally got DSL or whatever high speed was back then,
Yeah.
ADSL, it was like, what? It's like I don't have to wait 15 minutes. Like high speed internet, like that jump. I personally don't think there has been a jump of that magnitude in internet quality since. Maybe
Yeah, that's true. It's diminishing returns, right? Like,
Yeah.
like that's like a revolutionary. Instead of waiting 15 minutes to load this text page,
yeah.
you can wait 1 second to get images.
Dude, I remember on, I'm pretty sure it was when we still had dial-up, my dad pirated games for me and my brother. I would like burn them onto CDs. They would take like days to download.
Yeah, straight up.
This shit
Dude.
took forever.
I mean, I know we've spoken about phones already, but like phones, of course, my boy Mr. Jobs and his selective. What was that, dude? What was that Bill Burr bit on Steve Jobs?
Oh, that was
He lit
hilarious.
Steve
It was
Jobs.
like
He's
he
like-
got the credit for this idea, but it was like a team of slaves of like really smart
He's
people.
like,
that
Steve
made
Jobs didn't invent shit. He said, I want a computer, I want a phone. It's also a fucking laptop. Make it. And I was just like, hey. He's like, he didn't fucking build this shit. He didn't fucking compute. I mean, I know he was a nerd, and I have his.
That's the truth, though.
I have his auto.
Based.
Yeah, I've got his book over there. It's covered in a layer of dust. I never got around to reading it.
Who, Jobs or Burr?
Jobs.
I was like, I don't think Burr would write a book.
He might.
His podcast is basically his version of a book. He just rants. He rants
Yeah.
for an hour.
I love
to
his
nobody.
podcast. I haven't listened to it in a long time, but
Me
I used to
either.
listen to it like years ago, where it was legit just like him talking into his fucking iPhone, just ranting about shit. And it was great. It would just be him getting fired up about stuff in his fucking Boston accent. It was awesome.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
fuck him. It's like, where?
Old Billy Booze Bag.
Billy Booze Bag.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
man, the names that he comes up
Yeah.
for himself.
Oh, that's what he called himself?
Oh yeah, because he's like, yeah, the people online are ruthless. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's like, old ginger. He's like, you're getting all wrinkly. Fucking, his wife will come on sometimes,
Right.
Yeah.
and their banter is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty funny.
You gotta love banter.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was recently Steve Bruce was in the news. Who's he? Newcastle manager?
Yeah.
Newcastle manager from the English Premier League.
Yeah.
They were talking about social media. There's like there's a bit of a social media blackout of sorts happening in pockets right now. We'll get to that in a sec.
Yeah.
But basically, these people asked him, "Hey, what do you think of the social media blackout?" He says, "Well, you know, he's an old dude, so he's like, I'm not really dialed in. My kids tell me, Dad, they say such heinous things about you, and then I pull it open and I see really mean stuff, and I go, oh, that's not nice. But on the other hand, we lost our dog, and social media helped us find it, so there's that."
There you go.
Such an old man's take on it. Like, I don't really see the bad stuff, but we found Rufus thanks to it. So.
I mean, that's fucking good advice, honestly. Just like,
Yeah.
don't look at the bad stuff and use it to find
Right.
your dog. So,
Right?
How do you avoid the bad stuff though? With like
yeah, I guess.
sports Twitter is impossible to avoid negativity, and then you get like English sports fans where like your Premier League team is your religion.
Right.
You know, your
different
self-worth is defined by whether this team wins or loses on Saturday.
Yeah, yeah. It's
And
your
the-
village
And then like
and your income.
this guy, and then like sometimes they're small towns and sometimes they're racist and sometimes they say racist shit. And when you can say shit behind an anonymous egg,
Yeah.
you can say whatever the fuck you want to these guys.
Yeah.
You know, like on Twitter. So they're doing like this boycott,
Yeah.
like 4-day boycott of social media. I'm like, it's a cool idea, but
Yes.
it's funny because I was reading a couple different articles about it, and something like 0.1% of all of the interactions is this abuse, but like
Right.
they found something like, I don't know, 3,400 like racist or just like abusive tweets towards these players or coaches or
Yeah.
whoever. But the thing is, that's still so fucking many.
right. The scale is just nuts.
And the thing is like, if you were to read 20 positive things about you and someone says one negative thing, you're not going to think of the 20 positive things they said about you. You're going to think about that one. That negative thing's going to stick in your fucking head forever.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
The argument, I suppose, Thierry Henry said, I'm stepping off social media until racism can be regulated with the same verve as copyright
Oh,
infringement.
Sure, right.
It's like, bruh, I get DCMA'd. They're saying TV and no, 4 letters number, but if I come in here and say some stuff that I won't say,
Don't do it.
then we might get like
Don't
socially
say the
arrested
gamer
people.
word, dude.
But gamer word.
It's okay. Palace had a heated gaming moment.
Oh my!
He gets one pass.
Yo, what is it called? What's that subreddit? Live stream fails.
Yeah, live stream fails. Yeah.
Yo, that is my favorite.
He had a heated gaming moment. Okay.
You just watch people's like. I mean, think about it. You're a gamer. You know, if you're a gamer in your mid to late 20s, you were gaming hard back before it was like mainstream. So you've gone from this like, oh, okay, you know, gaming's kind of for weirdos. I mean, you know, a little bit. To now it's like, okay, you can have a Twitch and you can have a this and you make money and, you know, all this stuff.
Yeah.
Like, oh, sick. And then you just blow it. You just have one moment. You say the wrong couple syllables.
Yeah.
The old you comes out for a sec and then boom.
it's not even the real you. It like comes from some fucking deep fucked up place of like your
true.
subconscious or something.
Fuck.
I don't know about you guys, but sorry, go ahead.
I mean, all you have to do though is not say the gamer word.
Yeah, of course.
I do think that that it, you know, people can come back from that. You know, it's not a banish them to a fucking desert island forever, but like,
Right.
it's also pretty easy not to do that.
Right.
Yeah.
I haven't had that problem. I haven't had that problem on the TriPod so far.
There you go.
I'm a white gaming boy. Trust me, I've thought about it. I want to say the gamer word every pod. You know, I don't want to say the gamer word.
Sometimes saying the taboo words is just like there's something in us that wants to fucking do it just to stir the shit up.
That's true.
It's crazy how back in the day,
Words are fun.
all due respect to mom and dad, you know, just using the Lord's name in vain was a huge taboo for Pal. You know, I didn't even say, oh my God, until like, I don't know.
So is God his name?
8?
No.
You're taking the Lord's name in vain, right? But like, God isn't his name. That's his title. It's like his...
Well, God doesn't have a name.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure his name is Cecilia or
Well,
Doug
okay,
or some
so
shit.
His name's Doug.
Douglas.
My name is Douglas God.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
So okay,
God's
because
name.
God is he's the 3 parts, right? He's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, right? And all 3 of those are God. And Jesus is one of them, and then the I don't know, man. It gets complicated because they are all God. Like Jesus is. I guess it depends on what like sect of Christianity you're talking about. I'm obviously way out of my depth already. I'm like, oh, is there fucking what's Easter?
Okay, Google,
Well, oh geez, careful.
is Siri God?
Maybe.
Might
Okay,
as well be.
Hey Siri, is Google our Lord?
Yo, so here's a trip.
Let's hear it.
Like everything is.
God is all around us. They say that as well.
In most faiths, the belief is that like whatever it is in everything. It's the universe. It's fucking.
I mean, don't get me started on this because I have an absolute God complex, dude. I'm like, yeah, I have a plant. I control its life or death.
Okay, it's not that you are a part of something that is bigger.
Yeah.
That's the idea. And like I know that
I'm
in
down.
some of the stuff that I've been learning about lately, I guess it's kind of like science based. I guess science falls as part of it. But like people who are like, I believe in the universe and like all this shit, is like it's the same shit. It's just God's a taboo word now.
Yo, okay. Get this though. All right, God is 3 parts: the Father, the Holy Spirit, and the Son. Right? I think I've got the Son covered. I got the Jesus look going right now.
Right.
Jaren's spiritual guy, man. He's the Holy Spirit, and Pal has a God complex. He's the Father. All right. Welcome to the TriGod. This is a Christian podcast.
Try God.
I'm beginning to feel like a try God.
It's not sacrilege, I swear.
How did we get into this? I feel like I had something to say.
I don't know.
Not being able to say Jesus.
Right? Yeah. You can't take the Lord's name
Oh
in
yeah.
vain.
Anyway, I remember our good homie Ryan and my friend Chris Ho.
Right.
If you ever said like for him, like saying the F word back in the day was a huge taboo, and then like saying the like, you know, Jesus Christ, like in a ouchy way, would just destroy. And even for me, like I will say things like that occasionally. I'm not hyper proud of it. I mean, whatever, who cares? But
Yeah.
like, I still have
You know
my.
what?
I think you're gonna be all right.
You know what always weirds me out? When the lengths that people go to not swear.
Right.
But they'll be in an angry tirade saying like 2 letters off the same fucking
Dude,
thing.
that's
I'm like,
even better, man. Angry people trying really hard not to swear. Like that's some prime comedy.
Fridge.
Oh, flippin' heck.
Oh, heckin' frick.
Uptown funky butt. Uptown funky butt. That's what the parents would sing at the club. Like, Uptown Funk came on in the bubble one time. They're like, this is how we euphemize our child's ears. Uptown funky butt. It's like, shoo.
Isn't it?
Kids are saved.
It's already funk you up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like funk you up. It's like fuck you up. I remember in grade 3, it was like, fut? What the fut?
Oh, dude.
I didn't say it, dude. I said fut. Me and Andrew Foss tearing it up. What the fud? What the farg? Did I say you could play my Nintendo Wii?
The adults were having none of that shit. The intent was there.
Right?
The intent was there.
It's all about intent, right?
Yeah. The laws need to be more clearly written because I side with Powell in this one, man. There's no infraction there, you know? Like
Exactly.
show me where it says you can't say fart.
Yeah.
As a 10-year-old.
Fark. The one time at practice, I screamed, fudge! And the girls were like, you swore today, pal. So I was like, no, they're like, $5 in the swear jar. I was like, what? They swear. I don't swear. But I'm like, dude, I said fudge. I will die on this hill. I said fudge. They're like, no, swear jar. I think they were just trying to not piss me off, but get
Wind you up,
aroused.
yeah.
Wind me up. I don't get wound up. I stay centered.
That's what
I'm not emotional. Huh? Size. New season's coming up. Powell got, this is kind of confidential, but whatever. Got my roster. Not gonna,
don't fucking spoil that shit, dude.
not gonna talk too much about it, but it's sick. See what art project. I feel like no, I don't want to put this on my team. I was thinking last season we were a bit like Arsenal. Because Arsenal was like
Yeah, the
very
thing about
stylish.
Arsenal is they're always trying to walk it in.
Classic.
That's all I know.
They're very stylish team with not the greatest results on the pitch.
Are they a stylish team though?
Oh yeah.
No.
Like aesthetically.
No.
They got a cool jersey.
They got a cool jersey.
Okay,
cool
jerseys.
warmies.
Okay, I'll give them jerseys,
Yeah.
but like
That shit matters,
shit.
man. That shit matters.
It
Those
does.
jerseys got you in what, 9th place?
Yeah, straight. Ouch to some of our loyal listeners. But
Sorry, Brando.
next season,
Hey, they're in the
we're gonna
Europa
be
League
a little-
semi, so.
Gonna be a little less like arse in that regard. Be a little bit more getting W's. I'm gonna be so prepared. I have a lot of the team back, and here comes the press conference. Yeah, I got a lot of the team back, and we're gonna have to make adjustments as we do. We're gonna set the squad up so that every game we can go in and get a W. As long as the girls' attitudes haven't changed. Last season they were all hungry for wins and competitivity, and that's where I stand as well. Of course, I want to curate an ideal experience for them where they can leave their youth careers with their love of the game intact, but at the same time, you got to break some eggs. You got to blend some chickpeas to make some hummus. So we're going to break some stuff up. We're going to have some tears, going to have some vomit. And we're going to win some games. U18 wave. Let's go, baby.
We just got
Powers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, Ryan.
Ryan here, TriHards Sports.
Yeah.
What do you say for the fan expectations of a top 3 finish this season?
Well, when you look at the other teams in the division, the Richmonds, the Squamishes, you know, they've been together 15 years. Squamish gets to pick from a caption of, or was it catchment? Sorry, they get to pick from a catchment of North Van, all of Squamish, Pemberton. You know, I've got a little pocket in North Van. That being said, I do have many special players on my team. My leadership squad is capable of anything, and as long as my girls have that belief, I think top 5 is realistic, but we will be gunning for the championship. Thank you, Ryan.
And just a follow up, if we have time here.
Absolutely.
What do you have to respond to the allegations that the GM is he's not happy with your performance and he's considering that this might be your last chance?
Well, you know what? We have words. He's made his feelings clear to me, and so is she. There's 2 general managers. And basically, you know, I thrive in pressure situations. So am I a little bit scared? Of course I am. I care a great deal, and if I get sacked halfway through the season, that's how it has to be. But I will do my best to make sure that doesn't happen. All right, U18 wave coming at you next season. Thank you. No time for any other questions. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for your time.
Wow, I loved that way too much. I loved that way too much. Woo! Yeah, it's gonna be a 6th season. Can't wait.
That's called
Definitely need,
improv, boys.
Let's go.
There's a new team joining the league next season.
What's that?
The Tsunami.
Okay.
Coached by yours truly.
Shit.
All of the
This is
outcasts
actually
from
sick
Powell's
as
team.
hell.
Coach battle. We play each other in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The
only time that the coaches of the U18 girls teams are ever throwing hands in the middle of the field.
Dude, that happens a lot, I'm sure.
One of my girls is gonna throw hands. I mean, knock on wood. I don't want her to get suspended. I need all the players I can get.
You know, we just
16,
can show up, just win those 50-50 battles, you know, just put more pucks in than them. I mean, pucks, what?
Yo, I watched Ted
Our fast
Lasso.
skating team.
I don't know if you guys have seen Ted Lasso.
I haven't
right?
yet.
No.
It's
I've heard many good things.
the Apple Apple TV Premium or whatever. I won't spoil anything, but the premise is a American football coach is hired to go coach European football
Okay.
in the Premier League.
Oh, dude, that's such a great premise.
And it's anime level cheesy,
Right.
but just like cheese is cheese, and like when you do it right, you do it right.
Fair enough.
Like, I'm sorry, it's just amazing, dude. Amazing, man. Like I was crying at the end of Abs. Like I don't cry at the end of human shows that much, dude. Like,
Human shows.
I cry a lot at the animes, but
Anime?
straight human is tough to get me there. I didn't even cry in fucking Thrones that much, dude. Like
Fair
I was just in shock when they dropped the hammer on that shit. Some guy comes up to me at work the other day. He's like, "Hello, Your Grace." I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "I'm watching Thrones right now, dude. I just started. It's sick."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, where are you at?" It's like season 3 just ended. I was like,
Enjoy it.
Fuck, there's a couple people watching Thrones in my workplace too, and they keep talking about it at work, and there's another couple people who like it all the way through, and so they're all just like being hyped about it, and I just
Sick.
have to shut up because I don't want to be a fucking asshole. Oh, actually the show sucks after season 5. Yeah, it sucks.
yeah,
Like they're all loving it, and I'm like, fuck, why can't I be this way?
yeah, no,
I don't know. It's just I guess they're definitely like more of a casual watching crowd. Like they always forget the names of everybody and stuff, and I'm like, that's probably a better way to consume it. Honestly,
Yeah.
you probably enjoy it more overall.
Honestly, dude, like we talk about, I was the artist of my own demise. After every Thrones, I was on Reddit for hours.
That was my
Getting-
favorite part, though.
It was, dude. Every
Just when you
Easter
could've
egg.
held. Yeah.
Remember that first flashback when Bran went to burn them all? Like, oh, we saw the fucking Mad King! Texting TJ Rendell like, dude, oh my god, the Mad King. He's like, dude, Bran fucking made him burn them all. I'm like, oh my god, dude, Bran fucking built Westeros. Oh my god, Bran! And the next thing you know, it's like, whop,
Yeah.
whop, whop. But yeah, enjoy Thrones, guys, please.
Yeah, I mean, if you enjoy it, fuck, great, man. I used to.
Power is power.
I was talking to my brother recently. He said like, he wanted to rewatch it. I'm like, is it gonna ruin the rewatch value when you know where it ends? You're like watching all these sick moments for the first 4 seasons, and then it's like, but I know where this goes.
Yeah.
He's like, you're telling me that you wouldn't watch the whole thing if you started watching it? I'm like, I 100% would. It's just a completionist in me. Or like, once I start, I gotta go through it.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't. I didn't.
he
Sorry. Oh, go ahead.
he's like, maybe Breaking Bad. I was like, Breaking Bad has incredible rewatch value.
Of course.
Yeah, I've watched Breaking Bad 3 times through, I think.
Yeah.
So good.
It's just so good.
I did cry. Thrones. The rewatch. I watched Khaleesi go from a street-sold whore to riding college Rogo, telling him what position to do,
Wait,
and
when
then
did-
realized it was all for naught, and then I started crying. Season 1, ep 7.
He became Drogon, and she was riding him in
Right.
Westeros.
Pretty much.
That's actually true.
And then she rode him straight into fucking Warner Brothers Studios, bro.
She committed a few war crimes, then started Space Jam 2.
Everybody sell out.
New guy on the pod?
Oh,
that boy.
Yo! Yes! Marky!
The man has landed.
Marky makes noise,
He's got a
eh?
I got him a little platform over here that just like attaches to the window, and he just like sits in there all day staring at me, looking out the window. It's pretty good stuff.
Cat TV, eh?
We'll keep him in shot.
You must.
Cat TV.
I love how he replied to you, dude. That was priceless.
No, he's pretty excellent. I've had him 3 weeks now. He lets me pet him for like just a few seconds, then fucking runs away.
Yeah.
But he just like walks around between my legs purring, so he does like me.
That okay, Ryan. Hello, Powis from the TriPod Daily Cat Observer. I was wondering, is there any licking involved with this certain kitty? Over.
No, not so far. If I feed him treats out of my hand, sometimes he like nibbles the end of my finger, which is pretty cute. Very gently. He doesn't bite. But no, we're not at that level of comfortability just yet.
Awesome. Hey, Ryan, Powis from the Cat Observer. I I was just wondering, what are his favorite types of treats, and how many does he get at a time? Thank you.
His favorite treats so far are tortilla chips. He loves that shit. He gets a little tiny corner if I'm eating them, and he's all about that. Otherwise, I got him some premium shit. I got him some turkey and duck, little round disc things. He loves those too. But other than that, he's on a strict science-based diet.
Copy.
That recommended. All right, your boy shells out.
Okay. Hi. Sorry, Ryan. Powers from Catwatch. I was just wondering if what the sleeping situation is. Is there any cuddling involved? Does Mark join you in your bed? Thank you.
He does pretty much only when he thinks I'm not paying attention, though. He will curl up beside my legs at the bottom of the bed if I haven't been moving for a long time. But
Right.
often if I even look at him, he runs away. And that's, of course, when he does sleep at night. Otherwise, he's training for his Olympic events, sprinting around my apartment. So.
That's beautiful. No further questions at this time. Thank you.
Okay. Yep. Thank you for your time.
See, I loves me some cats. Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm also curious. Has it killed anything? Mark, right?
Mark. Yeah.
Mark has Mark.
I don't think he's killed anything.
It'd be hard to.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, like, there's nothing for him to kill here. Like we're in a box in the sky.
What about balcony? What about balcony?
Balcony. I let him on the balcony a few times because I want to be able to go outside.
Yeah.
And then Mariah was telling me like, "Oh, aren't you afraid of him on the balcony?" I was like, "No, he's not gonna fucking." He's not gonna like kill himself or anything.
Yeah,
And then I look out on the balcony and he's under the fucking railing, both his arms hanging off the balcony, and he's just like looking around. He could have just definitely slipped out of there. And I was like, all right, maybe not. So maybe I have to build some apparatus out there for him to chill so he doesn't fucking yeet himself off the balcony.
Full yeet. Spend one of those lives, baby.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you're being ridiculous. He's gonna just like hang out there. And I looked out and he's just fucking full on.
Yeah.
Lying on the savannah in a tree, hanging off the balcony,
Fucking aminals!
Have you heard of something called the Call of the Void?
Yeah.
That's like it's a thing where like
Yeah.
it's not like a suicidal thing, but like you see a ledge or you see something crazy and you're like,
I go.
what if I jump?
Do it.
Like it happens to me when I'm on tall balconies or like if
For
I'm on the
sure.
edge of something, I'm like terrified because
Yeah.
heights freak me out a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what would happen if I jumped right now?
Yeah.
Just like I
Yeah.
look down, I'm like, oh yeah, that wouldn't end well.
On the
Intrusive
ferry.
thoughts.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like if you're like having a conversation with somebody and then you suddenly think about like killing them, and you're like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, why am I doing this? And you're like, it's just it's intrusive thoughts, man. These things just fucking happen. Your brain is just weird.
Dexter.
I see babies and sometimes I want to punt them.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
Totally.
See babies like, you're so cute, you're so cute, you're so cute, you're so cute.
Powers is choking the life out of a baby.
Thank you. Yeah, I did some research into that though. Needed to and
Make
it's
sure
like
that you're not.
the part of your brain that recognizes cuteness is like right next to the part of your brain that like taps into aggression.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So like
That's fair.
sometimes the wires get a bit crossed and you just want to fucking.
That's probably because like it's like the reason like we think babies are cute is so that we don't just kill them because they're annoying as hell.
Yeah.
Right? It's probably why the things are side by side, right? Because you get mad at the baby, but then it's like, oh wait, no, it's cute, it's cute, it's cute. Don't kill it.
Right.
That's actually
Maybe I don't know.
no. That's real.
Neurology pod now
That's real.
Humans are designed
Yes.
to continue
by the TriGod.
by the
TriGod.
We crafted them in our image.
I'm beginning.
That's why women don't exist.
Are we a simulation? Though?
Only dudes because we are God.
Is this the Sims 10 right now? Are we just in someone's game, USS Callister? Like,
Okay,
Might
well
be.
then how do I fucking get some cheat codes in, dog?
hey,
Yeah, straight up. Can I just like?
How do I bring up the cheat codes and put in that rosebud? Cool millions, baby.
action replay?
Type in something.
Game Shark?
Get a fucking helicopter in the backyard.
Game
Like,
Genie.
like, how cool is it that back in the day, cheats, it would just be like, hey, this device will help you glitch your game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it was
sick.
crazy.
Dude,
You have like an
I-
N64 and you have a thing that you plug the game into and then into the N64 to like hack the game. So sick.
I used to get a book of cheat codes.
Oh yeah.
My bro and I, we had a book, and there was like N64 section, like PS1, like all this. It had like a whole list of games, and it's like, here's all the cheats that you can do in this game. I was like, what?
Yeah. I still have fucking walkthrough books, man, of stuff where like it's everything in the game is in this book, and like some of them are fucking fat. So like you guys know like the Elder Scrolls games, yeah, like Skyrim and all that.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I have a guidebook for that's the 5th game. I have a guidebook for the 3rd game, and it's like this thick. It's like a tome. Of just like all sorts, because the games are just so huge. There's just so much little shit and all over the place.
I remember when Kev showed me Game Facts for the first time.
Yeah.
Game FAQs, and I was like, wait a minute, there's a walkthrough here? Like,
Yeah.
I was getting Final Fantasy 7. My brother had the fucking Final Fantasy 7 walkthrough book, and he was like, don't touch it unless I say you can touch it. I'm like, eh. And then got logged on to Game Facts, and it was like, somebody typed out a fucking 700-page plain text walkthrough for the game and posted it for us for free. What an incredible gesture. Like, community is so intensely valuable, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair. Dude, how about back in the day in like the 90s where they had the Nintendo call center? The like 90s and 80s maybe, I think it was more so. They had like the call center. You could call in and talk. I can't remember what their title was. They had some title, but they were like game experts, and they would like walk you through the game over the phone.
Really?
You'd like describe to them where you're at in the game. And
Like you're stuck on a level or something?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking
describe
hilarious.
it to you over the phone how to win the game.
That's awesome.
That's crazy.
It's just like run by Nintendo.
Now it's YouTube.
Yeah,
All
that
on
was YouTube.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting from a business standpoint of finding that middle ground of tapping into the community, because Guitar Hero kind of shot themselves in the foot with their business model. But I guess that's Activision, right? And they're just like ruthlessly. Well, when they did Guitar Hero World Tour, yeah,
right.
They made their money off of selling song packs. Although they made their money off selling Guitar Hero, but then also, you know, Metallica pack,
the download stuff. Yeah,
you get 3 songs for $10, or, you know, it's like, fuck, man. And then Guitar Hero World Tour, they made a studio in the game. And then
Game
once
over.
Oh,
they
you
made
can make your own?
Yes.
Then people are making like incredible
I think I remember
songs.
this.
And people just made everything, man. Final Fantasy VII. Like, sometimes they wouldn't do every difficulty,
Yeah.
but still, it was...
That's tough, because that's like so obviously like the ultimate feature for them to add, right? Like that's the good shit. But at the same time, it screws them because that's a whole revenue stream for the game cut off.
That's like the WWE
tough.
games, man.
It's exactly like the WWE games, too.
Once they made it so that like you could share characters that you've made online in this like online.
Download other people's shit.
Yeah, there's some that are so good on there. It's like, this
perfect.
character underwent a gimmick change. We're gonna change his whole attire, or create a character that's not in the game. That's like perfect. The moveset
Like
is
Thanos.
perfect. Thanos is a pretty good one.
And just like bring all these
100
crazy
overall, just
Yeah.
fucking
I
unbeatable.
mean, but that's so good for the game though, for the community,
100%.
right?
For
It's
sure.
But yeah, it does make the issue that like, well, I mean, Guitar Hero is kind of a defunct series now, right? Like I don't think they make them anymore. It's also the fad is a bit over, right? Like people are kind of over it, right?
Well, it's coming back. It just...
Is it?
Those kind of rhythm games never really go away.
It's Beat Saber now.
right.
Oh, Beat Saber. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah. The
Have you
VR
played?
No, I haven't played it.
Be careful
It looks pretty cool.
It looks fun.
when you open Pandora's box.
Definitely seems like some power shit for sure. I could see Powers getting into that game.
I put the goggles on and was like, is it someone else's turn? Because I don't want to take them off. I'm ready to just be an asshole and play this the whole time I'm here. There's a modded version of Beat Saber if you get the PC one that allows you to play all these songs that people have made. Boku no Hero theme. Like, it's Guitar Hero, but you're a conductor, bro. Like, in VR, these cubes coming at you. Game over.
Yeah, it's more like Dance Dance Revolution, I guess, right?
Yes.
Kind of more so that kind of game.
It's like Hands Revolution, yeah.
Yeah.
And you just freaking full immersion. Like I like took the goggles off and was just like, tomorrow I need to shop.
Goggles on, headphones on.
But the issue was you needed, well, back then you needed a couple cameras set up to do your VR properly. Oculus,
right?
or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's like a whole fucking room setup thing. Yeah.
But now it's not. Now you can just get the goggles, and I think I should get myself a little present for working in the movies as long as I have, and say it's
That's
time
cool,
to
man.
drop a little 6-7 hundo on this. And they said that the mods are coming soon to be. It's the thing is, I know I'll get addicted to it.
Right.
And I have fish to fry, and that would just
Yeah, you gotta budget your time or something.
it like. Even if I'm like, okay, I'm done all my stuff, it's 9 o'clock, I'm gonna play a song. Like, no, I'm gonna
Play
be
until
up all
it's
night.
like 4 a.m.
I'm gonna be up all night.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fucking wake up the next day like, all right, get to my shit, half-ass my work, and then get that Beat Saber hit. Maybe I shouldn't buy it, man. Honestly.
It's a slippery
I
slope.
don't know. It's tough because you deserve to enjoy things in life, man. You can't
valid.
stoicism your way out of everything.
No,
Right?
I think
Like, you gotta like some stuff.
discipline's important though, because if you have if
Yeah.
you let the reins off completely, it's game over.
Bro, I know exactly what you're talking about. As soon as there's VR where I can be a fucking Jedi or like a fucking knight or something.
It's not
and,
far
like,
away. It's so
you know,
sick.
like I'm gonna be fucking hours in that shit.
Yeah.
So, you know,
It's
I'm
like,
gonna run into the
enter.
same issue.
You're gonna make
Yeah.
your fucking Ready Player One yourself.
Who's
bro.
playing as Powis right now? Do you think? In
Right,
the
yeah.
simulation. Someone chose Powis as a sim.
Yeah. Yeah,
Dude,
they chose Powis.
Yo, the sim is making me touch myself. What?
Yeah. It's an unconventional character build, man, but you know, they're making it work.
Oh man, I discovered this like shuffling Dance Dance Revolution game.
What?
Nice.
It's in I think only in Japan from what I've seen in videos, but it's
They're on the
pretty,
cutting edge.
It's pretty sick. It's like instead of arrows, it's like this big pad that can tell each spot where you're like landing your feet, and
nice.
you can like travel around it. Pretty sick.
I would say
I definitely want to try that.
I might splash on a dancing game. I think that's the middle ground,
Okay.
because you can get physically tired.
You get physically tired with Beat Saber too, no?
Yes.
Yeah, if you're playing it for keeps, Powis, like what? You're holding
Yes, but like you can play
Play
you
like
can-
a
you-
knife
You
party
could
song.
play it sitting down. You could play Beat Saber sitting down. Like there's nothing on your feet.
Right. It's
back,
like the
working those
Wii.
shoulders.
It's not Feet Saber. So I've seen like Just Dance. Like that's actually a really cool game to have at a party. Like people, where I think there's some party we were all at. Someone had fucking Just Dance. Maybe like one of Mariah's hotel parties or something. The two fucking
sense.
PlayStation moves, and it's like you see the silhouette of the people like breaking it down and doing these sick moves, and you hold the things and just like
Yeah,
break
yeah.
it the same way, dude. You can pick up so many dance moves. Pick up your Christmas. Good. Like and then you like move and like you three people like switch positions.
I
and
feel
shit.
like in VR it'd be better if it could pick up like the intricacies more. Because
Yeah.
I think it's still a little bit rudimentary where it like doesn't necessarily pick up the move. It's like how you move the controller that determines
Yeah.
whether it's good or not.
That's valid.
Simulating movement.
Yeah. So
That's
like
valid.
there's ways you could hack it, I think. Eventually if you learned it.
Yeah, but when you cheat on the test, you cheat yourself.
I agree. I'm just saying.
And I wouldn't cheat myself.
Bro, it's gonna get to a point where like fucking there's just gonna be like a pod that you step into, and then that's the VR world. And I'm gonna fucking go into the VR world, and I'm gonna be like strength training to get my character buff, and then skipping the gym in the real world.
Oh dude, that's
I see it coming a fucking mile away. I'm gonna be getting that fake strength in spite of the real strength.
Like, dude's a twig, but you seen his avatar, Zoid?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I wonder if there's a way that you could like use the VR world as a way to buff your stats in real
So
life.
sick. That would be so sick. That's the
Like
way
some
to
kind
go.
of like haptic
That is
feedback
the
or
way to
something where like you
Dude, it's
go
like-
in and you grab these things and it's like adjust fucking weight and then you're just going in this thing and gyms would go out of business and shit like that, but like
Yeah,
that'd be so
that would be
sick.
Like resistance and stuff.
Home
like that.
workout taken to the next level. That's my dream.
the
For
ultimate-
that's the one thing I'm really hoping for with VR. It's just like fucking taking exercise shit
Yeah,
to the next
VR
level.
home.
Dude, I
Dude,
bet- I
sports
bet you
games,
that's
sports
gonna
games in VR would be so sick. My brother and I used to talk about this when we
I
were
would
kids,
love to
man.
just get obliterated by the Vancouver Canucks every game I try and play with them.
No,
Because I can't even fucking skate and he's our 1C.
Score!
I'm playing fucking NHL in the fucking VR thing. I'm just in the press box every game.
that would be hilarious.
Ryan from the VR News.
Oh, it's like one of my favorite game modes that just like it hasn't quite reached its potential is like be a pro mode where you play as one player in FIFA or NHL. Actually, Madden nailed it pretty well because playing as one player in a position in Madden is like you're that part of the team. Whereas like I feel like I don't have enough control of the game if in FIFA or like NHL, but those kind of things I think could be sick.
Yeah, that'd be so sick, man. You're playing like VR, be a pro, but you're playing Blitz the League, and you fucking
steroid scandal. Juice it.
Blitz the League. His arm's broken. You sit him or juice it? Like, kind of question is that? Oh,
ridiculous game, man.
Guys,
So good, though.
it was so good. Blitz the League.
They did a kind of spin off of that called NHL Hits. Did you guys ever play that?
Oh,
I
fuck,
did,
yes.
It was so sick. It was like only monster hits. You were allowed to like run the goalie.
You just destroyed the glass like every hit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get that on the old PS3.
Oh,
legally.
dude.
Completely legally.
There was one that I think the original or not. There was one on N64, but there was one on PS2. I think in like 03-ish that you could play in like these themed arenas. So like you're playing one in like a graveyard with like zombies and shit
I know
everywhere.
exactly when you're talking.
And they're playing with like a skull as the puck.
Come on.
Yeah, and like
and
power
you have
ups
like
and
your
shit.
team set up, and their helmets are like fucking the Black Knight helmet and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah, pretty cool.
So sick. It's
that
like
was sick as hell.
swinging, not quite Mario. Mario never did a hockey game.
No, they might have done
Guess
hockey
not,
mini
no.
games, but
They did a soccer game, which was quite dialed.
oh, dude, Mario's
Yeah.
Strikers.
Yeah, that's a great one. That's a great one.
that game is so much fun.
Endless. Does not get old.
No,
I'm surprised they haven't. I'm surprised they haven't made a new one for the Switch yet, because they're coming back on a lot of those games. They made tennis again. Which
Tennis was sick,
I
too.
I like the original one better. The new one wasn't the great. It's still a pretty fun game. But they're remaking Golf, and Mario Golf was always my shit. I love that.
that one's fun too.
And then but I'm surprised they didn't do Strikers, because I'm pretty sure that's like the consensus best Mario sports game. Everyone seems to have that opinion.
I mean, I like tennis a lot. I'm a soccer fan. Tennis and Strikers are. But maybe just because tennis was... Like, the memories are us playing. Like, everybody was coming into something a bit new, you know what I mean?
Right.
Whereas, soccer's like not that, like, the tactics...
Yeah, you have some strategic advantage. Yeah,
But, like, hardly. But, it's just like soccer's like, okay, soccer. Whereas, fucking, you guys want to play some tennis? Like,
yeah.
And everyone...
I don't know, like knowing like when it's the play is to like pass for the shot, right, as opposed to like someone who doesn't know, just like kicking from entering the ozone, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think Strikers is a great equalizer in that sense, though. Where like you get open and you power up that super strike.
Oh. And then late game, it gets a bit easier to get it, right?
Maybe
I think the
haven't played in
green
a while.
window gets a little bit more open. And no, that game, if you're getting rinsed by 3 goals, Bowser will come down and tilt the field in your favor.
Right.
that's sick.
Like, literally, Mario with that Mario Party equalization shit. I love it, man.
Yeah, that shit's good.
The Death Star principle. There's a way. They might be 99% dialed, but maybe their captain goes bananas and punches out 3 of their players and they get sent off. Then we're playing 7 of them. We'll take the W. We're more dialed. There's a way to win. I'm ready to win. I'm ready to get that W. But yeah, Power Tennis was also cool because the characters, like in Strikers, you had one captain and then minions.
Yeah.
Whereas in tennis, it was just all captains, if you will, all full characters. So my guy was Boo. Boo to serve.
Boo to serve.
Because Boo would just put that gnarly curl on it, slice it down. And I played Mario Tennis for the Game Boy on a
Right.
completely...
It had like a story mode on the Game Boy, didn't it?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
And it was basically, you can't progress in the story mode until you get better at tennis.
Yeah, that's it.
Because it would just like it doesn't matter if you do easy mode or what, they would teach you when the person comes in net, you have to lob it. That's like episode 1. That's like lesson 1. But then it got to the point of like, okay, you spread them left, drive down, and then like they would teach you 3, 4, 5 move combos. I turned the game off because it got too hard. I couldn't beat this one part. It was like, okay, well I can't beat this person. And the only reason why because I had so many games to choose from, so it got difficult, so I chose something else, but I needed all my steam. It's like math. Like I needed, all of the foundational stuff to get me there, and I just like walk back into like, okay, I'll just do quadratic equations. I haven't done math in 52 months, but let's do some calculus, fuck it. And then no, I was not able to find the tangency point. I had to go back to square one, and I was like, nah, not happening when I can just play freaking Dragon Ball Z and use the fast forward button on my PSP emulator. God.
Right.
Do you guys prefer the time where like games would be so hard that you would just like step away for a long time? I think I do. I think like games that were geared to younger people were like designed to be harder. It feels like, because like I'll go back and play old classics or like spin-offs of old classics. I'm like, it's missing a little bit of the edge because there's like less stakes almost. Because it's
That's
like
true.
I can't really
kids
lose.
even play now?
I have no fucking idea.
Peppa Pig XL.
I guess they just play fucking. I guess they just play like Fortnite and Minecraft and shit.
Yeah. I mean, like those like story-based games or like the side scrollers, that kind of shit.
Right.
So games are easier now, I guess?
It seems like it. At least the ones that are geared towards younger people.
Like you can beat Spider-Man pretty quick.
Yeah, but I mean, that game, is like... Games like that, like a Spider-Man game or like the Arkham games or whatever, they're hard as fuck.
Are they?
At some parts.
Yeah.
But like, you just keep going from the same
I think I got stuck on like one of the God of Wars and maybe God of War 3 or something.
Yeah.
And was like, nah. No more.
I still haven't played the new one. I heard it's really sick. Where they go like Norse mythology. We have it here. I just know that it's a rabbit hole I can't jump down right now.
It's an absolute rabbit hole.
People say it's a fucking masterpiece. So
Really?
yeah, people really like that one.
I like the
I've never had a PlayStation, so I've never played God of War.
I like the father-son dynamic that they had going.
Yeah,
in the
that's
trailer.
nice.
Right.
Like, I remember one day I was thinking, I was hanging out with my buddy, or we just wasted a day just in his house, substances abound, and we were just watching trailers. It's like E3 or E4 or whatever had just happened, and the God of War trailer came out, and it was like a bit of gameplay, and then Kratos is showing his kid how to like kill a boar or something, and then he does it, and then Kratos like lifts his hand behind the kid to like pat him on the back, and then he kind of like pulls away and is like, I don't know if this is the right time. I just thought, wow, look at this absolute monster icon of dominance in my life. Still is embarking on a new challenge and just isn't sure what to do or how to go about this. It's just such a cool and realistic reset,
Yeah.
Style.
A lot cooler than many of your classic video games heroes that are just fucking like obscenely like masculine. Like obviously he is right in a degree, but then like it's nice to have a bit of humanity there,
Right. And just bring it on back to you.
Because he was all about fucking vengeance was his shit in the first few games.
Yeah.
And he was just there to fucking kill everything.
Yeah.
It gives him a little bit more of like he's a god, but it's like more of a human quality, I guess.
Yeah. I'll never forget playing the God of War demo, man. Or maybe it was just like God of War 3. The first boss was Poseidon, and you're just fighting this massive water titan.
Yeah.
And then at the end of it, he jumps into the heart of the titan and pulls him out the body that was like bending the water. And in God of War, there are these things where like the buttons will pop up, and you got to hit the button quickly to do the secret. Quick time events. So square bump, triangle bump, circle bump, and you're just rocking this guy's face, just lighting it up. And then at one point it says, click L3 and R3. and then you click L3 and R3, the two joystick pads, and then Kratos puts his thumbs in his eyes.
Oh,
And it's like,
call
I
that-
just put my thumbs in his eyes, and it's like, click, claw, and he's like, oh, I'm like, oh, this was so sick.
planted some
design.
pre-Oberyn memories.
And some pre-Oberyn tap in.
Right.
Do you hear that?
I feel like Norse, like the nice thing about those games too is you can tap into the mythology of like
totally.
all the god, like and then like when the Greek stuff starts getting stale, you go to the Norse stuff.
Yeah.
I know they did Assassin's Creed. I think the recent one they did Viking
Yeah.
style.
The most recent one's Viking. The one I think it's the one before that was Greek. And it's
Okay.
a school. They kind of Assassin's Creed was really sweet. The first two games were like really awesome games. They're a ton of fun. And then I feel like they kind of dipped a little bit. And then now they got like way too samey, but now they've started to save it by doing like all sorts of different cultures and stuff like that into the games as well. And that makes it cool.
Gives it like a little bit of a fresh feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
Like discover all this.
I love Greek mythology, man. I remember I got some book on it when I was younger for Christmas, and like Reddit was like, this is crazy. These stories are insane and awesome. And then when Troy dropped, there were a lot of this.
that movie.
There was a lot of the stories from this little book I read were kind of interwoven in there. And I was like, oh, I know this. This is so cool. That was so cool to be ahead of the curve in that regard.
Right.
And Troy was an absolutely incredible fucking flick.
Yeah, I love that movie.
The champion, Achilles, you're late for the battle. Brad Pitt just in a tent with 3 10s, like, what? Come on, dude, you gotta fight this guy. And then he was fighting freaking Nathan Jones, this old WWE dude, 6'8", house. Instead of killing all of our soldiers, we'll just have your best fighter versus ours. And then fucking the big guy steps to Achilles and he's like, runs up to the guy, takes the blade into his trap and out.
Definitely an anime moment, dude.
Oh, and then fucking dude,
But it's
just
sick as hell.
so sick.
Yeah, his
So
signature
sick.
kill move is so sick.
The fucking,
Yeah.
and then just like, can I go back to sleep now? So what? We smoke weed. Crazy. Had to be
Yeah,
Brad
except like
Pitt.
in the story, like Achilles is gay as heck, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, like so in the Troy movie, they have Patroclus, right, who's his cousin that he brings with him in his crew of myrmidons and whatever. But like it's his gay lover, is what it is. Right? Like he's gay with this guy.
Right.
But of course, Western audiences, we can't be having gay manly heroes.
This was before
No, like
Brokeback
all,
Mountain.
dude, all throughout Greek fucking history and
Oh,
mythology
yeah.
and stuff. There's all sorts of just like fucking Chad as fuck a gay dude.
Yeah, straight up.
Like
That's a great way to put it.
Alexander the Great and Achilles. You're like, you gonna tell me these guys aren't fucking manly?
Yeah.
God damn, dude. They're like conquering the world. They're like
Yeah.
immortal. It's, oh
Right.
no, oh, but dude, they're so fucking manly, dude. They don't waste their time with girls.
Straight.
Girls, no, dude. That's feminine shit. The manliest thing you can do is fucking other man.
Let's go.
Straight up.
Prove it. Yeah, bro. Like,
That's not gay porn. That's just wrestling.
Dude, Alexander the Great fucking conquered the world, died at like 28, and his funeral cost $600 million in today's money. Like,
Wow.
you're gonna tell me this guy's not a Giga Chad?
Wow.
chicka chat, chicka pot, chicka pop.
Yeah, they put him in a solid gold like coffin thing, whatever, and they had to transport it from Babylon back to Macedon. And it was so big they had to build a new road the whole way to transport it. It's just insane.
Why are we doing this for Alexander?
Yeah.
I chill.
I mean, the one thing though, the dude was not creative. He named like 9 cities Alexandria, so
Right.
can't let them all.
What do you think, guys?
Let's name it after me.
Alex? Huh? Sick name, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it. On to the next.
Yeah.
Boys, this one? Alex. You know what I'm saying?
I'm surprised there's not a bunch of places named after fucking Genghis.
Right.
That guy was a fucking...
I wonder if there was.
Maybe. And then they just like reclaimed it over the course of history.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like with the Mongols, yeah, like most of what happened is like the Mongols just fucking figured out the ultimate recipe for success was put a dude on a horse with a bow, and the fucking Europeans were like, "What? That's cheating. You can't do that." And so Genghis is like, "Well, I'm gonna do it," and he just comes in, takes over like all of Russia, all of like Ukraine, all that. Well, I mean, it wasn't those things at the time, but what those would be now, and just like fucking builds the biggest land empire in history. But then the Europeans get gunpowder and take it back, and that's why Russia's so massive now, is because they kind of just took back all the land there. So
And all the places that no one wanted.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
All the fucking wasteland in fucking Siberia.
There's like,
and shit.
dude, Russia's crazy, man. There's like, I can't remember how many states there are in Russia, but it's like it's an insane amount of states because it's huge, right? And it's full of all sorts of different cultures,
Right.
So there's states in Russia that are pretty much fully have full what's the fucking word, autonomy from Russia, except for like internationally speaking. Like in that way, they're Russian, but otherwise they have like their own government, their own language. There's like 90 languages in Russia or something.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. And a big reason why, like, I was watching a fucking video on this yesterday. A big reason why Russia is so big and has stayed so big is like their whole Russian imperialism was less like the way that like the Portuguese or the English or someone would conquer. They would conquer and be like, hey, our culture is in charge now. But Russia, like all the places they conquered in modern day Russia now, they were just like, hey, this is your guys' culture. Like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, you guys stay here and do that, and then we're gonna keep going. So they like have all these like cool, interesting, totally self-contained cultures within the sphere of Russia overall. It's pretty cool.
It's an interesting way to do it. I mean, like,
apparently it was effective.
if you're gonna be imperialist, that seems like the way to do it.
Oh, and they're gonna be imperialists.
So, like, I guess conquering comes down to force, right?
I guess, yeah.
It has to be.
But how much of just life comes down to just force? You
A
know?
lot, probably.
Like, if you think about, like, your job, like, eventually it, like, whittles down to force.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. I don't know if I can show up at work with a weapon and like get a promotion though.
No. But you go through channels and then hit a wall and then it's force, right? It's like, if they're trying to kick you out, you're like, no, I'm staying. It's like, well, you're fired. Like, okay, cool, I'm here. Well, the security guard's going to have to come and escort you from the building.
I guess, but you've definitely failed in that scenario because the security guard does take you outside and you are fired.
But, like, that's like a force.
I guess, right? The
Force is the
of
ultimate.
the powers that be, right?
So, you know, it comes down to words a lot. So it'll be maybe, I don't know, like
Power's power.
Yeah.
power's power, dude.
Get back on that pow shit.
And, you know, like, oh, you can't park here. Like, well, yes, I can. Well, the crown is here. The crown is here. Okay, well, guess what? I'm in a gang and I pay the government tons of money. Well, okay, make a phone call.
I don't know if you can say that straight.
Okay,
Okay, yeah, sorry. Continue.
Yeah.
In finesse language.
Yes. Okay.
I'm in a gang and I pay I'm a special person. Like, okay, let me call my boss. Hey, this guy says he's a special person. Who is he? Oh, he's this guy. Oh, it's all good. But then if they say, oh, he says you're not a special person. It's like, okay, we'll call this guy. Oh, okay, this guy says you're not a special person. So this guy thinks he has status, the gang dude. The crown dude says, no, you don't. To regain his special status at that point, I think some force would be involved.
Right.
It'd be like, oh, I'm not a good guy? Well, the force could be kind of soft and like, I'm going to take away all of my machines that you use, or I'm going to have my son beat the shit out of your son unless you let me park here. Or something like that.
That's fair. I mean, that seems like really, really petty stakes, though.
Yeah,
You know,
it's just
like
an example.
it's probably really not. Yeah, fair enough.
Let's
right? But
say
I
it's
think
for
anybody
fucking for control over a company or something, you know? Like,
Sure.
I don't know.
I guess just like strong arming.
But I'm just curious about the blend of silver-tongued finessing and how far that can get you.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think there's got to be some ruthlessness to get on top, right? Like I don't think you get on top by being nice and
A straight up army.
playing by the rules,
right?
So
yeah, it's interesting because you want to have this ideal. Yeah, I'll just be sweet and have the whole world do this and not leave anybody with black eyes, but shit, you got to blend some chickpeas, right?
You're probably not going to end up going to the same heights
Without
without stepping on some
because you
toes.
need a bit of Like, you have to pay respect to the balance of stuff. You can't just be like, oh, I'm so good at talking that talking will get me there. So you gotta talk, you gotta politic, you gotta fight. You know, you gotta do a bit of everything, right? But I feel like the physical fighting intimidation has an extra weight to it.
I feel like you're gearing up to commit some violence. I think you're looking for social approval here. For you to go do some heinous shit.
Guys? Well, that's the thing. That's the stuff that goes under the radar. Like, you know,
I guess.
Like, for example, Narcos, season 1.
Yeah.
Pablo Escobar is about to cross the bridge, and there's all the, you know, state troopers that haven't been paid off guarding the bridge. And they're like, Pablo, we can't let you pass. They all have guns, and he doesn't have that many guns on him on that truck. And he goes, you guys have to let me pass. It's like, no, Pablo, no. We are from the state. We have to protect Colombia. You're a war criminal, all this shit. Like, we're protecting our people. And Pablo just like goes up to me just like, okay, well, I know you have to protect the people, but what about Isabella? Goes up to like one of the guards and like name drops his kid, and then goes up to another one. He's just like, what about your wife, fucking Fuenwico at 123 fucking Fake Street? Ooh. And what about your fucking grandmother on her dialysis? What if she can't get those pills tonight? What happens then if I can't get my truck through? What if that happens? And like all 4 of the guards, he like knows their whole name and their whole story, and they're like, well, I want my family to live, so go on through to the other side. And I don't know, like...
I mean, it's pretty clear that Pablo Escobar was like an incredibly powerful guy, though.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't think he's exactly the underdog, even. Like, I think
Right.
he's like a pretty fucking world-scale powerful guy.
Yeah, for sure. But, like, it was force. It was like an army or tactical assassins. In that case,
wasn't necessarily physical violence that he was threatening. He was threatening physical violence in like a roundabout way,
and they
in like
believed
a
the threat
way.
Probably because he'd come through on some stuff. Oh, technical difficulties. Yeah, but maybe they believed that Pablo was down to do that because he'd done some heinous stuff in the past. But who knows? If there's anyone who knows about people that have had big rises to lots of power while keeping their hands clean, I'm really interested in hearing those stories. So please share them in the comments. And if you listened all the way to an hour in to this gift, we appreciate you so much, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you vibed and listened and whatever your commute. So yeah, I think usually it's Ryan's gimmick to put the curtains. Well, we've had a couple press conferences, a couple game chats. We've been around the world and back, and now we're ending this episode of the TriPod with a smile. Thank you for joining us, and you stay classy, Vancouver. Classy, Vancouver. Classy, Vancouver. Classy, Vancouver. Classy, Vancouver.